Allow me to share, some of these facts. I mean, the improvement in the national sex ratio. For example, the paid maternity leave for 26 weeks. The fact that 300 million, 30 crore Mudra Yojana loans have been given out to women entrepreneurs. That 43% of the enrollment today in STEM is of girls. That 28% has been the increase in the female enrollment in higher education. That 32 million Sukanya Samriddhi, accounts have been opened up for education. That 100 million smoke-free kitchens today. 100 million smoke-free kitchens, just think about it. Or that, when there is a housing scheme called Awas, under which 40 million homes have been built and handed over.
First of all, a very good morning to all of you, and I want to say at this PBD, for me, it is a matter of particular satisfaction to be able to join this panel on Diaspora Divas, celebrating women's leadership and influence. Now, some of you would be wondering, what am I doing on this panel? Now, I do want to say that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, actually a number of issues pertaining to gender equality, to women development, etc., are very much a part of our international activities and foreign policy as well. In fact, when we chaired the G20, we pushed very strongly for the concept of women-led development and got it accepted in the G20 conceptual framework, and thereafter we actually pushed for it very strongly when the Summit of the Future took place as well. Secondly, we do a lot of development cooperation, especially with countries of the Global South. We are present in different ways through projects and capacity building in 78 countries of the Global South. And in many of them, actually, our projects target, gender-sensitive issues, women's equality, opportunities for them. So I do want to say this is very much built into our foreign policy, and therefore it's for me a great source of satisfaction to be sitting here with all of you. Just want to share a few other thoughts. When you look at it, in a way we are talking about a set of challenges which are truly age-old, which unfortunately are often deeply percolated into our culture and traditions. So when we seek today to progress, we are addressing not challenges which are obvious and simple, but things which are very deeply ingrained in society and therefore that much harder really to overcome. So it starts at birth, nutrition, health, education. Basically, it becomes an issue of who has, in a way, a claim on the resources of the family, and that is where actually the deepest discrimination is practiced. And then, of course, it spills over into the workplace, into opportunities, and, all of you know it far better than I would ever do. Now, we are today also gathered with a larger theme of Viksit Bharat. Now, you cannot have Viksit Bharat, you cannot progress towards Viksit Bharat if you don't address this issue. Because, this is at least 50% of what the challenge is. That until we are able to deal with many of this, I would say, traditional, historical, societal attitudes, if India is to become a modern, industrial, tech-centric society, then we cannot neglect 50% of our talent.
we cannot deprive them of opportunities or shortchange them in many ways. So I leave all of you to discuss this in further, but I do want to say that role models, why when I look at the term divas, role models actually have a powerful motivational impact on society. That people look at them as role models and tell themselves consciously or unconsciously that if they can do it, we can do it. And the challenge for any society is to make role models eventually into trends. That if they are replicated, if they are internalized, if they are normalized, then they actually have a transformational impact on society. And before I conclude, I just want, again, because many of you come to India perhaps with gaps in your visits. Some of you may be here for the first time, some of you have been here before. So I also want to give you a snapshot, really, of the changes in this domain over the last decade. And allow me to share, some of these facts. The improvement in the national sex ratio, for example, the paid maternity leave for 26 weeks, the fact that 300 million, 30 crore Mudra Yojana loans have been given out to women entrepreneurs, that 43% of the enrollment today in STEM is of girls, that 28% has been the increase in the female enrollment in higher education, that 32 million Sukanya Samriddhi, accounts have been opened up for education, that 100 million smoke-free kitchens today, 100 million smoke-free kitchens, just think about it. Or that, when there is a housing scheme called Awas, under which 40 million homes have been built and handed over. And 72% of them have women ownership, either as sole ownership or as joint ownership. So I'm mentioning this because, when we think of progress, of modernity, of a march towards Viksit Bharat, one metric of measuring it is GDP. How many roads have you built? How many metros? How many cities? How many airports? Yes, that is certainly a way of measuring. But that is superficial until we address the human side of that progress. And to my mind today, these are really some of the powerful changes which are happening in India. But like any change, as I said, they require role models, they require inspirations, they require divas. So on that note, may I hand it back to you.